Chosen one, as these words come to their close, allow this promise to settle deeply within your heart. You have not been abandoned, and you are far from empty. Every hardship you faced has been shaping you. Every season of waiting has been directing you toward God's perfect plan. Today, a new chapter begins. The veil has been removed, and you are standing in your appointed Kairos season, the moment heaven established long before you arrived. I speak blessings over your life. May God's peace surround your heart. May His wisdom illuminate every decision you make. And may His provision overflow into every area of your journey like an ever-flowing stream. The hidden treasures that have been revealed are more than simple insights. They are sacred gifts entrusted to you by heaven. What once appeared lost is being transformed into lasting abundance. What once seemed shattered is becoming the foundation of your breakthrough. You were chosen for this season, chosen to experience overflow, and chosen to steward blessings that honor God and leave a legacy for generations to come. Remain steadfast. Anointed one, guard the wisdom heaven has placed within you. Continue walking with a grateful heart, because gratitude prepares the way for greater increase. Stay closely aligned with the Spirit, and expect new doors to open, divine favor to find you, and heavenly direction to unfold exactly when you need it. If these words have confirmed what God has already been whispering to your spirit, declare your agreement by typing 111 inches, the comments. Subscribe and share this message if your heart is moved to encourage other chosen ones on their journey. Go forward in peace. Stand with unwavering confidence, and watch for the evidence of God's promises. The abundance prepared for you is not merely approaching, it has already begun unfolding in your life. You are chosen one. Open your heart fully as you receive these words. What you are hearing is more than encouragement. It is a divine impartation designed to transform the way you understand your past, strengthen your present, and prepare you for the future God has already established. Take a quiet moment and recognize the significance of this encounter. You were not guided here by chance. Heaven intentionally arranged this moment so these words would meet you at exactly the right time. If your spirit bears witness to this message, type 111 inches, the comments, as a declaration of your faith. That number is not without purpose. Let it become a visible expression of your agreement with what God is accomplishing in this appointed season. It is a covenant between you and the divine that what has been hidden will now be revealed. If your heart resonates, stay connected, because what flows through this channel is not common motivation. It is prophetic alignment released in season for those marked as chosen. Today, we will unveil the 9 places where your wealth has been hidden. These are not ordinary locations. They are sacred deposits. And as we walk through them, something deep within you will awaken. You will realize heaven never abandoned you. The supernatural transfer is already in motion. You are standing in your Kairos moment, your divinely appointed time. 1. Wealth hidden in your painful past. Chosen one, your past was never wasted. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every tear that carved lines of sorrow across your nights, they were not punishment. They were preparation. Heaven watched over every detail. What appeared like rubble was, in truth, a treasure chest sealed beneath the ashes. You weren't merely enduring pain. You were being initiated into purpose. I know this truth. For years, I carried shame over my scars, wishing I could erase them. But over time, I discovered something extraordinary. Those scars carried wisdom. compassion, and authority that no achievement could ever grant. The very things I once despised became the foundation of my calling. My scars became my testimony. And chosen one, yours will. 2. Your wealth is hidden in your story. There is a book in the battles you fought. There is a program, a message, a mission encoded within your survival. Stop minimizing what you endured. You are the blueprint now. The wound was never simply pain. It was purpose wearing a disguise. The divine does not choose the strongest. He chooses the surrendered. Your scars testify that you endured and overcame. The world is starved for that authenticity. Someone right now is praying for the wisdom you almost died, earning for wealth hidden in your isolation. Remember the seasons when silence swallowed your days, when friends faded, when the phone stopped ringing, when you sat in emptiness wondering if anyone cared. That was not abandonment, that was alignment. The silence you hated was not punishment. It was preparation. I lived it. 2. Invitations vanished. Conversations ended. Loneliness pressed in heavy. Yet in that silence, I learned to hear the whisper of God. Your solitude was never empty. It was a sacred classroom. In that stillness, your spirit sharpened. You learned to discern illusions, to recognize patterns, to hear truth above the noise. You were not losing people. You were gaining clarity, and clarity is wealth. Your isolation was research. Heaven was revealing the architecture of your soul. That lonely season was not a curse. It was curriculum. And now, the wisdom you found in the shadows is desperately needed by those drowning in distraction. Do not dismiss it. Do not hide it. Your wealth is waiting in the revelation birthed in silence. Chosen one, settle this truth in your heart. Your past and your isolation were divine investments. Heaven planted them in you. Now, the harvest begins. 3. Wealth hidden in the people you keep overlooking. Chosen one. Heaven often answers prayers through people, yet the answer does not always appear in the form you expect. You have been asking for mentors, opportunities, and favor. But sometimes the key is hidden in those you barely notice. The janitor who greets you with kindness may carry a word of encouragement that awakens your spirit. The driver who shares a passing comment could be delivering a prophetic confirmation. The friend you brushed off because their ideas sounded too wild may be carrying the seed of your next breakthrough. We are taught to look for power and prestige, to honor titles, status, and appearance. Yet, God hides destiny in disguise. Divine connections are wrapped in humility, sometimes even in awkwardness or imperfection. If you judge too quickly, you may reject the very person sent to unlock your future. That strange cousin could be sitting on a vision that blesses your bloodline. That neighbor you ignore could hold divine wisdom. That colleague who speaks of faith may actually be carrying revelation you desperately need. I almost missed my own turning point. I was chasing impressive connections, waiting for big opportunities. But my true breakthrough came through a simple conversation with someone overlooked. What they carried opened doors I could never have opened alone. Chosen one. Train your eyes to see spiritually. Ask God to reveal who you have disregarded. Your business partner, creative ally, or spiritual guide may already be within your circle. The blessing is closer than you think. 4. Wealth hidden in the skill you see as normal. Chosen one. One of the most dangerous lies The enemy whispers, is this. What you do is nothing special. Because your gift flows effortlessly, you assume it has little value. But what comes naturally to you is often a supernatural fingerprint from heaven. Perhaps you bring order into chaos without thought. Perhaps you calm people simply by being present. Perhaps you write, sing, design, or discern patterns in ways others cannot. You dismiss it as ordinary, but others would call it a miracle. Your gift flows with ease because it was designed into your very being. Ease is not a sign of weakness. Ease is proof of anointing. God gave you this grace because the world needs what you carry. Do not wait for applause. Do not demand validation before you build. You do not need degrees, platforms, or titles to use what heaven already placed inside you. I know this struggle. For years I overlooked my own abilities, calling them too small. Yet when I finally began to honor them, doors swung wide. What I once minimized became the very thing God used to sustain me and impact others. Chosen one, you are sitting on sacred gold. Until you acknowledge it, it will feel like a burden. The moment you honor it, it transforms into a blessing. Package your skill. Teach it. Build with it. Wealth is not always found in the extraordinary. Often, it hides in the ordinary gifts you take for granted. Chosen one. Never forget this. Divine connections and sacred gifts are strategic. Heaven placed them near you so that you would never be far from provision. Recognize them, honor them, act on them, for in doing so, you unlock the doors already prepared for your next season. 5. Wealth hidden in the thing you've been avoiding. Chosen one. Deep within you is something you already know you should be doing. It may be the book you keep saying you will write. It may be the business idea that burns in your mind but never leaves the paper. It may be the video you re-record, then delete out of fear. It may be the conversation you keep delaying because of discomfort. That thing you keep running from is not random. It is sacred. It haunts you because it is holy. It scares you because it carries power. What you do not realize is that your next level of wealth, clarity, and freedom is not hidden in your comfort. It is hidden in your courage. Every divine breakthrough requires obedience, even when it feels uncomfortable, especially when it feels impossible. The enemy will not guard worthless doors with his strongest resistance. If fear and doubt surround it, then treasure is waiting behind it. I remember a moment in my life when I kept postponing a leap of faith. Everything inside of me knew it was my path. Yet I delayed again and again. The longer I waited, the heavier the fear grew. But the day I finally stepped out, trembling yet obedient, everything changed. Opportunities opened, provision appeared, and what once felt terrifying became my testimony. Chosen one. That resistance you feel is not a stop sign. It is confirmation. The very thing that terrifies you is the very thing that will free you. Heaven has already equipped you. You are prepared. You are called. You are ready. Stop telling yourself you need more signs. You are the sign. What if the next season of your destiny is waiting for the courage of your first step? Move before doubt grows roots. Move before your dream starves in silence. You are more ready than you think. 6. Wealth hidden in your childhood interests. Chosen one. Before the world told you who you had to become, you already knew who you were. Think back to when you were a child. What did you love before fear entered the room, before bills, heartbreak, and survival drained your wonder? Did you dance, draw, paint, sing, invent, or write poetry? No one ever saw. Did you dream with no limits? That was not random. It was divine. Your childhood passions were not childish. They were prophetic seeds of your true design. Yet, society told you to be realistic, to trade wonder for worry, to choose conformity over creativity. You silenced the joy to survive. But those gifts did not die. They went dormant, waiting for your return. I once rediscovered a childhood passion I had buried under responsibility. When I reconnected with it, life returned to my spirit. Doors opened. I never imagined that spark was not just talent. It was purpose calling me home. Chosen one. Your true wealth is buried under the rubble of who you had to become. But now you are called to thrive. Not just survive. Rescue those dormant passions. Reignite those sacred sparks. The world does not need another copy. It needs your original fire. When you realign with your earliest joy, you realign with your divine blueprint. From that place, doors swing open, ideas flow, and purpose ignites again. God never asked you to abandon your joy. He asked you to steward it, dig past the shame, the fear, and the detours. What you once called foolish may actually be the key to your breakthrough. 7. Wealth hidden in the person you keep becoming. Chosen one. You are not who you were last year. Truthfully, you are not even the same as you were last week. Yet, how often do you try to drag your old self into your new season? You cling to familiar patterns, outdated friendships, or mindsets that no longer fit because they feel safe. But heaven is calling you higher. Every time you evolve, you unlock a new level of wealth, favor, and spiritual authority. That treasure cannot be accessed by pretending to be who you used to be. I know this tension well. There was a season when I tried to keep old habits alive. Even though my spirit had outgrown them, it left me drained, confused, and restless. The moment I accepted that I had changed, clarity flooded in. Chosen one. Stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for the glow on your face. Stop forcing yourself back into rooms where you no longer belong. Those places served their purpose, but now they are stunting you. God is constantly elevating you. With every revelation, a new identity is being born. You feel it in your words, in your thoughts, in the way your spirit no longer resonates with what used to excite you. That is not arrogance. That is evolution. The sooner you embrace who you are becoming, the sooner heaven mirrors it back through opportunities, relationships, and provision. Dress like her. Speak like him. Move like the version of yourself that is aligned with destiny, not the one others remember. There is divine reward in unapologetic authenticity. You are not simply changing. You are becoming. Each step into your higher self activates new anointing, greater favor, and deeper abundance. Some people will not understand. Some may even resist. But you cannot dim your light to protect their comfort. Your becoming is holy, and your becoming is wealthy. 8. Wealth hidden in the things you keep giving away for free. Listen carefully. Chosen one. You have been solving problems, lifting burdens, and sharing wisdom without ever receiving what you are truly worth. You think it is humility, but in truth, you have been training people to treat your divine gift as common. You pour out insight, creativity, energy, and time, while others prosper from your overflow. Yes, your intentions were pure. Yes, your heart was generous. But heaven did not anoint you to be consumed until empty. You were blessed so you could build, not just bleed. Your wisdom was expensive. It cost you pain, lessons, and years. Your energy is divine currency. And when you keep giving it away freely, you dishonor the very gift God entrusted to you. I once believed that saying yes to everyone was love. All it did was exhaust me. The moment I created boundaries, my life shifted. Chosen one. It is time to raise your value, not just in money, but in how you steward your time, your attention, and your presence. Start saying, I charge for that. Start declaring, this is my rate. Start honoring your worth. The spiritual realm responds to how you see yourself. Stop giving away diamonds like pebbles. When you stop undervaluing your gift, the world will stop as well. Your wealth has been waiting for you to honor the treasure already in your hands. 9. Wealth hidden in the stillness you keep avoiding. Chosen one. One of the greatest enemies of your breakthrough has not been failure or rejection. It has been distraction. You run. You scroll. You keep filling every quiet moment with noise. The podcasts, the endless notifications, the conversations that drain you, the tasks that never end. They create a wall between you and the very voice you have been longing to hear. You have been crying out for direction while avoiding the sacred space where direction is downloaded. Stillness terrifies many because silence exposes what we would rather ignore, the grief we never healed, the call we keep postponing, the voice of God whispering assignments we do not feel ready to accept. Yet, what you do not realize is that stillness is not your enemy. Stillness is your ally. It is the birthing place of blueprints, vision, and divine strategies. The wealth you are waiting for, the clarity you crave, the opportunity you seek. Many times it is hidden in the moments you resist the most, silence and solitude. I remember a season when I drowned myself in activity because I feared what silence would reveal. I thought progress meant constant motion, but the truth was I was running from the very revelation I needed. The moment I sat in stillness, uncomfortable as it was, ideas began to flow. Peace returned to my heart, and I received instructions that changed the entire trajectory of my life. Chosen one. Activity is not always progress. Business is not always fruitfulness. The richest deposits of heaven are often discovered when you unplug, breathe, and lean into stillness. That is when your spirit begins to remember why it came to earth. That is when God whispers strategies that no mentor, no book, no system could give you. That is where vision expands, creativity awakens, and solutions appear like light breaking through the dark. Your next step is not hidden in the chaos of constant noise. It is hidden in the quiet you fear. Turn off the phone. Step away from the noise. Sit with yourself, even when it feels unbearable. Pray. Meditate. Listen not just with your ears, but with your spirit. The answers you have been chasing are already encoded within you, but you cannot hear them until you pause. Chosen one. The stillness is not empty. It is sacred. It is filled with presence, direction, and alignment. Do not run from it any longer. The moment you surrender to silence, you will discover the strategy for your next season, the partnership you have been waiting for, the idea that will shift your finances, the clarity to move boldly. All of it is waiting in the quiet. You resist. Understand this. You are not lacking. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. Your wealth was never outside of you. It has been buried in plain sight, waiting for your awareness. The pain, the isolation, the overlooked connections, the ordinary gifts, the avoided assignments, the childhood passions, the becoming, the boundaries, and now the stillness. Each of these was a divine hiding place. Heaven planted treasure in them all. And today the veil is lifting. Chosen one. Heaven is calling you to act. Honor what has been entrusted. Steward the wisdom. Walk boldly into the fullness of what is already yours. Your appointed Kairos season has arrived. The treasures that were hidden are now being brought into the light. The supernatural release has already begun. Chosen one. Now that the 9 places of hidden abundance have been unveiled, it is time to look beyond what is visible. This journey has never been about discovering ideas alone or returning to forgotten dreams. It is about heaven's divine provision intersecting with the purpose God designed specifically for your life. A supernatural current has been released that no earthly system, delay, or limitation can restrain. You are standing in the middle of a prophetic transition, and nothing from your past possesses the power to prevent what heaven has already ordained. For many seasons you have asked, when will my breakthrough finally come? When will this cycle of waiting end? When will God's abundance become my reality? Heaven's answer is unmistakable. That moment is here. You are no longer waiting for another season because the appointed season has already arrived. It is simply waiting for you to recognize what God has already set into motion. Doors that once refused to open are beginning to move. Paths you believed had disappeared are becoming visible once again. The supernatural transfer is no longer a distant promise. It is active, unfolding, and advancing toward your life with divine precision. There was a time when hope seemed almost impossible to hold on to. It felt as though every prayer had vanished into silence and every answer had been delayed. Yet just when giving up seemed easier than believing, God's provision appeared in ways that no amount of human effort could have created. It was never produced by striving. It was released through His grace. That experience became a lasting reminder that heaven always supplies what heaven has called chosen one. The same testimony that transformed one life is now becoming part of your own story. This divine transfer reaches far beyond financial blessing. It brings renewal to your spirit, strength to your body, healing to your relationships, wisdom to your decisions, and lasting joy to your heart. Every part of your life is being touched by the goodness of God as He leads you into the season He prepared long before this moment arrived. Expect renewal in your body, fresh peace in your home, restoration in broken places, and new creativity in your hands. This is divine reversal. What drained you will now strengthen you. What silenced you will now amplify you. But hear this. Alignment is the key. Heaven is not asking for more striving, more proving, or more exhausting effort. It is calling you to position yourself, to stand in trust, to walk in obedience, to listen for whispers instead of chasing noise. Favor is a current. You cannot manufacture it, but you can step into it. When you align with God's timing, Resources will find you. Miracles will follow you. Opportunities will chase you down. Think of Joseph, sold into slavery, betrayed, forgotten, imprisoned. Yet none of those chapters disqualified him. They positioned him, and when the season turned, no enemy, no delay, no injustice could stop his elevation. Chosen one, you are in your Joseph moment. The very pain that threatened to bury you has become the foundation for your rise. The palace door is opening, and your name is already being spoken in places you have never entered. You are not stepping into scraps. You are stepping into overflow. This is not survival. It is legacy. Generations will eat from the table you are building now. The blessing will stretch beyond your lifetime. Your story will testify that faith was not wasted and obedience was never ignored. Chosen one. Lift your head. Walk boldly. The supernatural transfer is not future. It is present. Heaven has already signed your release. Abundance is in motion. This is your confirmation. You are aligned. You are favored. You are chosen. Prophetic commissioning and activation. Chosen one. Pause and feel the weight of this moment. Everything you have heard in this journey was preparing you for right now. The unveiling of hidden wealth. The revelation of supernatural transfer. The reminders of who you truly are. All of it was pointing here. This is the place where prophecy becomes activation, where words become assignments, where you rise into your divine commissioning. Understand clearly, you are not waiting to be chosen. You already are. You are not begging for favor. It has already been stamped upon your life. Before you entered the battlefield, before you cried your first tear, heaven whispered your name and poured oil on your head. Every delay, every rejection, every lonely season was not proof of abandonment, but evidence of shaping. The Spirit is speaking over you now. It is time to move differently. Chosen one. This commissioning requires a new posture. No more entering rooms with timidity. Step in as one carrying divine authority. When you open your mouth, let your words carry weight, not hesitation. Stop apologizing for your light. Stop shrinking so others feel safe. You are not meant to blend in. You are meant to stand out. You are a city on a hill, chosen to shine. I know this shift intimately. For years, I minimized myself, waiting for someone else to approve me. I thought humility meant silence. Yet, when I realized heaven had already validated me, everything changed. Doors opened without my knocking. Opportunities found me. People echoed what God had already whispered in secret. Chosen one. This same acceleration will come to you once you step into your commissioning with bold faith. This activation is not simply about wealth. It is about assignment. Heaven does not fund vanity. It funds victory. The abundance coming into your hands is tied to mission. You are called to build what others thought impossible, to restore what others abandoned, to lead where others feared to go. Each blessing is a resource for impact. Each opportunity a seed for legacy. Do not despise small beginnings. Write the words even if they tremble. Launch the idea even if it feels fragile. Take the first step, even if your knees shake. Heaven is not demanding perfection. Heaven is asking for obedience, and obedience always multiplies. When you move in faith, heaven magnifies your action far beyond your ability. Chosen one. Clothe yourself with gratitude. Gratitude is the magnet for increase. Gratitude draws favor to your doorstep. When you bless God for the little, He entrusts you with much. Wake up with thanksgiving. Rest with praise. Let gratitude saturate your atmosphere and watch doors fly open. Now, speak this declaration. I am chosen. I am aligned. I am stepping boldly into my Kairos moment. Heaven funds my assignment. My destiny is unstoppable. Declare it until your spirit believes it. Repeat it until your environment shifts. Proclaim it until fear loses its grip. Chosen one, this is not rehearsal. This is your commissioning. Rise as one covered by grace, surrounded by angels, and propelled by divine favor. The supernatural transfer has begun, and your name is written upon it. Final prophetic send-off and outro. Chosen one. As this sacred message comes to an end, pause and breathe in the weight of what has been released over your life. None of this was random. Every phrase, every revelation, every stirring in your heart was heaven's confirmation that you are still chosen, still covered, and still destined for greatness. The 9 places of hidden wealth were not just ideas. They were divine keys designed to unlock the next chapter of your journey. And now, those keys rest in your hands. Chosen one. Lift your head with holy confidence. The long nights of doubt are ending. The heavy weight of striving is lifting. You are stepping into a season marked by supernatural remembrance, divine restoration, and heavenly recovery. What the enemy tried to bury has been resurrected. What seemed stolen is being returned with overflow. The oil of abundance is flowing across your life, and heaven has decreed that it will not run dry. This is your Kairos moment, your appointed time. Refuse to second-guess it. Refuse to belittle it. Walk into it with faith, boldness, and gratitude. Heaven has aligned this exact moment, so you would hear, believe, and act. The transfer is no longer just a distant prophecy. It is unfolding now. Your name is being mentioned in rooms you have not yet entered. Your path is being prepared before your feet even touch it. I know the ache of waiting. I know what it feels like to cry out in silence, to wonder if prayers vanish into empty space. But, chosen one, I have seen again and again how, at the exact right moment, God proves faithful. Provision appears. Opportunities emerge. Peace floods in like a river. And each time, I realized I had never been forgotten. The same God who carried me will carry you. The same hand that sustained you in the valley will elevate you on the mountain. As you step forward, protect your alignment. Guard your spirit from distraction. Remain faithful in the little things, for faithfulness multiplies into much. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small, for gratitude attracts acceleration. Refuse to shrink back into fear. Refuse to minimize what you carry. Move as one who knows they are backed by heaven's authority. The oil on your life is costly, and you cannot afford to waste it. Chosen one, hear this commissioning. The world is waiting for your obedience. Families are waiting for your breakthrough. Generations are waiting for your legacy. You are not just surviving this season, you are birthing impact. You are building foundations that will outlast your lifetime. You are chosen to shine as a light in the midst of darkness, a vessel of divine overflow, a carrier of hope and abundance. Now, seal this moment. Declare 111 inches the comments as your covenant of agreement with heaven's timing. Share this word, if your spirit is led, so that others may awaken to their own calling. Subscribe and stay connected, not for routine, but for alignment with prophetic flow. Chosen one, I release blessings over you now. May peace guard your heart. Wisdom guide your steps. Strength cover your body. And joy overflow in your spirit. May every blessing that has been prepared for you come into the light. May every God-ordained relationship find its way into your life. And may every door appointed for your purpose open freely before you. Chosen one, this is your appointed season. You are blessed. You are valuable. And you have been chosen by God. Chosen one. As these words come to an end, quiet your heart and receive this promise. You are not lacking. You have not been overlooked. And you have not arrived too late. Heaven has woven hidden treasures throughout your journey, in your victories and your wounds, in your quiet seasons, in your gifts, your perseverance. And even in the moments you once questioned, now the veil is being removed. What remained unseen is being brought into the light. You are standing within your Kairos moment, the divinely appointed season prepared specifically for you. The supernatural transfer is no longer a distant hope. It has already begun unfolding before your eyes. Provision is coming into alignment. New opportunities are drawing near. Divine favor is finding you exactly where you are. Every seed planted in faith is beginning to rise from the ground. Every tear shed in secret is being exchanged for joy. And every sacrifice offered in obedience is returning with greater abundance than you imagined. I speak blessings over your life today. May God's peace protect your thoughts. May His strength renew your body. May His wisdom guide every decision you make. And may His joy fill your spirit until it overflows. May every divine appointment arrive at the perfect time. May every opportunity prepared by heaven open without unnecessary resistance. Chosen one, remain faithful. Continue walking with a grateful heart and unwavering expectation, because God is preparing to pour out blessings that exceed your prayers and arrive sooner than you believed possible. If these words have confirmed what your spirit has already been sensing, declare your agreement by typing 111 inches. The comments. Subscribe if you feel led to continue walking alongside this community of chosen ones and receiving messages of encouragement and prophetic hope. Go forward with confidence, humility, and joy, trusting that heaven is faithfully completing what it has begun in your life. You are blessed. You are deeply valued. You are chosen, and this is the season heaven has prepared for you.